What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching TF4 Talk. This is just a web series where I talk about all things that are related to Transformers Age of Extinction. This is episode number 4, and in this episode, let's talk about the toys. The toys is something we haven't talked about for a very long time. We've been talking a lot about the movie, and in my last episode, we talked about Dinobot Origins, because it's all left very, ambiguous. They didn't really give us any definitive answer about, or rather any definitive details about where the Dinobots came from. In fact, they were just teased to us. So that's why I wanted to talk about it in TF4 Talk episode 3. If you haven't checked out that episode, make sure you check it out. But for now, let's talk about the toys. Okay, first of all, I'll let you guys know that I have unboxed these two guys, and I really enjoyed them. Both transforming them into their Dinobot modes as well as the robot modes. And I have to say that my favorite is Scorn. My favorite Dinobot is Scorn, and I really like his robot mode. I really like his Dinobot mode. I also bought Galvatron, and I told myself that Galvatron is just ugly, okay? And you know what? He's kind of growing on me. You know why? Because the way he looks right here makes complete sense based on the movie. And I've transformed him over and over again, and I'm actually having a bit of fun with transforming him. And like, I'm not gonna do a full-on review on this guy. I'm just gonna tell you that I changed my mind about Galvatron, about picking him up. I did end up picking him up on sale, 20 bucks. Okay, not your standard 30 bucks plus tax, but they had a sale for 20 bucks only. So I picked him up, and I get why he's made this way. I get why he looks the way he looks. After watching the movie, I figured, what the heck, I'll pick him up. And you know what? This might be the first Transformers character I'm actually going to do some paint work on. I just want to put on a little bit more detail on him, because there is a Takara version which actually has more paint details on him. So I think I'm going to try to make him more like the Takara version. Anyways, with regards to toys, let's talk about some news that I have gathered over the last week. And that is, let's talk about Stinger. Stinger hasn't received a toy yet, at least not in the deluxe form, but turns out that he's getting a one-step changer, which is a Walmart exclusive. So the funny thing is that the Walmart exclusive toy ended up showing up at the shelves of Target. It still has the exclusively sold at Walmart sticker on it. But apparently, a fan took a photo of this one-step changer Stinger that he found at Target, okay? I think there was some goofs in shipping from Hasbro. So that's all very amusing. But take a look at the one-step changer Stinger. Not too bad. I hope he gets a deluxe class toy, because we're not really getting a whole bunch of bad guys from the Hasbro toy line in the deluxe version. So I hope we get a Stinger. Maybe we'll get Stinger later on in the future. I mean, there's plenty of waves to come out. So I hope we get one. His vehicle mode for one-step changer looks really good. So I'm pretty impressed. If we don't end up getting a Stinger as a deluxe class mode, version, I will definitely end up getting that one-step changer Stinger. Speaking of one-step changers, or at least I think this is a one-step changer, check out Lockdown's Wolves. Remember Lockdown's wolves rather, his pets? That pet is actually getting a toy, as I think it's a one-step changer. And it has two modes, a beast mode and a robot mode. And we have the identity of this wolf, and that is Steeljaw. Do you remember Steeljaw from G1? Steeljaw is an Autobot cassette, and he comes out of blaster, and he's a lion, or some kind of he's like a wildcat of some kind, but he looks like a lion. All right. Well, I guess the only appropriate name they could get, or rather they could slap on to this wolf character, is Steeljaw. Now, this isn't the first time where a good character from the G1 has turned bad. For example, Wheelie he's not necessarily an Autobot, but he's at least a good character. He's not a bad character, but they made him into a Decepticon, or at least someone who works for the Decepticons in Revenge of the Fallen. So, very interesting. So, the live-action universe is very disconnected from G1, which is fine, because I've accepted that. We have up to 4 movies by now, so we should learn to accept that this is not G1. And I think a few hardcore fanboys from G1 are still having a hard time accepting that. Anyways, let's talk about what we're getting from the Leader class line, and that is the Platinum Edition series. And, they've made a lot of Platinum Edition box sets, but this Platinum Edition box set is something that I'm very, very interested in, because it comes with a Leader class Grimlock and a Leader class Optimus Prime. And we're seeing the first in-hand photos from a member, from a fan over in China, and his name is CITSSD, CITSSD, and he posted it on Chinese social media website Weibo.com, and he has official photos of Grimlock, Platinum Edition Grimlock, and you know what? I gotta say that this is my favorite one. While it's still not movie accurate, screen accurate, none of them are actually screen accurate. None of them at all. Not even the Takara version, definitely not the original Hasbro version, and definitely not this Platinum Edition from Hasbro, but out of all of them, this is the most screen accurate. All you gotta do is take away the blue and take away the green. Okay, it's got green horns or a green top of the head, and it's also got green parts on it. If you take that away, you can end up with a screen accurate Grimlock. And I gotta say that this is getting close, and because of that, this is my favorite version of Grimlock. I just can't handle the blue and turquoise back. Why did they do that? Why? Why did they do that? Why does it need to be that color? Oh, man. But you know what? I will be getting this guy. I've already pre-ordered the Black Knight Edition Grimlock from Takara, from ages3andup.com. I believe they're sold out now, so I'm glad I at least got my pre-order in. And I will also be getting this version. So very, very interesting. Here's a photo of the Platinum Edition standing next to the Standard Edition Grimlock. You can see how blinged out the original one is. So there you have it. Let's talk about what's coming out from Takara. And Takara has something really, really cool coming out for their movie advance line, and that would be Wheeljack. Now, we've already seen Q from Transformers Dark of the Moon. He was a Mercedes-Benz. I don't know what series that is, but it's a Mercedes-Benz. It's blue. And it was very hard to get this guy, actually. He was not only a Takara exclusive, but he was rare. Alright? And then now, well, Takara is re-releasing him as a repaint in G1 accurate screen colors, and also they replaced the head of Q with Wheeljack. Now, this is something that I'm interested in. This is something I would want, okay? So that's something to look forward to, especially if you're fans of both Dark of the Moon and also G1, okay? So it's like a movie interpretation of Wheeljack, okay? Now, another thing that we're getting from Takara is we already know that there's going to be another deluxe wave. So here are official photos of the Takara Bumblebee from the Camaro version, 2014 Camaro version. Now here's the Camaro. He looks a little bit beefier in the vehicle mode. In the alt mode, he looks beefier. It just looks, I don't know. It looks like there's more meat on him. Okay, as a car. And then when you go over to the robot mode, you can see that he's transformed a lot better compared to when Hasbro showed off their photos. Okay. And he looks pretty good. I gotta say, he looks pretty good. Now, you know what? All Transformers have goods and bads, okay? I already mentioned that he looks good. Now I'm gonna point out what I don't like about him, and that is his hands. The hands. Something wrong with the hands. Look how the hand is hidden in the door panel. It doesn't stick out, like out so that he shows off his fist. Oh, jeez. Woo! Anyways. Okay, so the hands, there's something that I really don't like about it is the hands, okay? I wouldn't have minded if the hands were more defined, like a fist actually sticks out of the door panel. And another thing is that it's very small. It's very small, making the arm cannon on the right very tiny. Now look at that thing. It's like a small little pipe. The arm cannon, you know what? Should be huger. I hope that some third-party company comes out with some attachment to make it more screen accurate with the right, you know, with the gun and the claw gun. You know what I'm saying? Not a claw, but like he's got this lobster pincer thing. You know what I'm saying? So it looks pretty good. It's still, I like this guy. I like him a lot better than the 1967 Camaro mode. All right. Now let's take a look at Snarl. This is the first photo of the Takara version of Snarl. Okay. First, let's check out his robot mode, and you know what? Let's compare him with the. Let's do a brief comparison with the robot mode from Takara. I mean, from Hasbro rather. This is. Let's check him out. This is the Hasbro version, and here is the Takara version. And looks like Hasbro has once again mistransformed the toy. What is going on here? It looks like the chest is and on Hasbro is flipped down when it should be up. But I'm trying to look for differences. Can you guys see any differences? I mean, they used like lighting and like Photoshop to really make it a little more sleek looking. But the Takara photo is a little bit more raw, which is something I appreciate because it's more accurate. Now, the only thing that I can notice is if you look at his shoulders, right, the Hasbro version has black or dark gray on it. The Takara version doesn't. It's green. Now, let's take a look at the Dinobot mode. And once again, you can tell that the Takara version has more of that green on the leg, whereas the Hasbro version has more of that black on the leg. So it really depends on what you like. Do you like more green or do you like more black? All right. So those are the differences for the Hasbro and Takara Snarl. We're going to take another look at it once we get both versions at A3U Review, youtube.com/A3U Review. Finally, the last thing I want to talk about is that it looks like that the Evasion mode Optimus Prime is getting yet another repaint, but at least this repaint looks 100% good. And what I mean by that is that you know, there's a lot of repaints, but you know what? Some repaints just don't look right. It looks like they're very lazily done. For example, I think it's that Evolution Evasion mode Optimus Prime, which looks just like, man, there's no thought put into that. This, on the other hand, this was a given. This is the Nemesis Prime Evasion mode Optimus Prime from Takara. This, while it's a given that Takara will make a Nemesis Prime out of anything, Optimus Prime, this works. Okay? Black always works. Black and gray Optimus Prime will always work. It'll always look good. It looks cool. Okay? Slap on some red eyes, which I can't really see in this photo. You got Optimus Prime. And a little bit of that light turquoise also works as well. So this is a very good looking Optimus Prime. This is the Nemesis Prime from the Evasion mode Optimus Prime. It's a repaint and it's from Takara exclusively. So there you have it. Looks like we have... Oh my god, I lost track of how many Evasion mode Optimus Prime repaints there are. But the one that I'm getting for sure is the Takara original version. And also, I'm waiting for that Breakout Battle Platinum Edition box set from Hasbro. Those are the only two for sure that I'm getting. Okay? And you know what? In another video, we'll do a recap of how many different Evasion mode Optimus Primes there are. But for the time being, I do like this guy, and I might get him. Maybe. Okay? It just depends on how accessible he is to purchase. Okay? So there you have it. That's all I gotta say in this video. We've talked about Takara Evasion mode Nemesis Prime. We've talked about the Platinum Edition Leader Class Grimlock. We've talked about the Takara Snarl and Bumblebee. We also talked about One Step Changer, a Steeljaw One Step Changer Stinger. And there you have it. Let me know in the comment section below which guys are you thinking about picking up and which guys do you think are kind of like duds and you don't really care about any of them, or rather those ones. Let me know in the comment section below. I definitely am getting that Platinum Edition Grimlock. I do want him, and we'll see how that goes when I check it out. for the first time. I'm going to do a whole unboxing video when I finally get him. Alright, there you have it. That's all I gotta say in this video. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, @Ragin Nation. Stay tuned for TF Talk number 5. We're gonna do some more spoiler talk, and we're gonna answer some more questions about Transformers Age of Extinction. My name's Alex Yu. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. The film, and then the seed that is launched by deployed by the creators cyberformed Earth, and thus